Hey guys, Marsengan here, bringing on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so we just had a very interesting announcement for a new game mode that is going to be coming soon to Dokkan. Interestingly enough, the global version for the Twitter account posted this teaser like an hour before everything else went live, which led to a lot of speculation. We were live on stream when this first came out, so chatting away about it, a lot of people speculating on the timeline. Seems like it was potentially another one of those global intern moments where global just gets the timing wrong for something, because this was posted an hour before JP Twitter actually posted about it, and then we also got an in-game announcement as well. So this is certainly interesting, but this was the initial post. Climb the rankings, a survival battle kicks off soon. To join the rankings, you must link your Bandai Namco ID, check your linking status before the event starts. Obviously, there's been a couple of things in the past where that was the case. Recently, in like the big producer letter where they talked about the web store, which I believe still isn't live yet, they talked about this Bandai Namco ID linking thing. So make sure you have done that if you haven't already. But that will be involved in taking part in this event. So it's called the Million Arena, and it's in a challenge event. Deal massive damage and reach for the top. So you need to link your Bandai Namco ID to participate, and that's all. There's literally all this said, right? So obviously this led to a lot of speculation about what this could have been. I mean, realistically, like, it could be anything. Deal massive damage and reach for the top. Like, this could have just been, or could just be, because we know a little bit about the format now, but still not exactly how the event works. It could, at the end of the day, just be a punching bag type thing where you just have to deal as much damage as possible. I'm assuming it won't just be in one hit, because obviously the max damage we know is like the 999 cap, although I suppose you can't see how much damage it actually does. That's like the visual cap, but you can do more damage than that. So that seems like way too basic a thing for it to be. Now, straight away, one of the things that people immediately started speculating is, of course, the return of Chain Battle, something that is definitely a divisive thing in the community. Let me know what you guys think. Which side of the line do you fall on? A lot of people very happy that Chain Battle is gone and don't want to see it back. A lot of people desperately wanting it to come back. I was never a huge fan of Chain Battle, the mode. We've talked about it over the years, of course, but I will say, now that it's been gone for a while, the Whis event, despite being infinitely farmable, having like a terrible drop rate, like in terms of the rewards that we used to get from Chain Battle, I don't think they really implemented a new way to get those exact same rewards in a good way. Like, now that it's been gone for a while, I could definitely say that I have less like really good skill orbs than I did when Chain Battle was like a regular thing, right? Because the drop rate for the Whis event is so bad, like I barely ever play it apart from doing the daily run for the daily mission. So yeah, it's not an event that I necessarily miss, but it could be something similar to this, although obviously Chain Battle involved you using your friends and using their setups in order to try and get the highest score, which kind of seems a bit counterintuitive in this kind of thing, if it is going to be a ranked, like, I mean, I guess Chain Battle was as well, but yeah, I don't know, I guess we'll see. So an hour after that original post, we got the official one from the JP thing. So a new ranking battle will begin soon. The stage will have the event will have 3 stages: preliminary rounds, semi-finals and finals. It's a survival format where if you place in the top ranks, you can advance to the next stage. And then again, it mentions the linking. For more details, be sure to check out the in-game preview. And then they show basically the same thing that was on the global tweet. So yeah, there was an in-game news announcement. So if we go ahead and check this out here. So, Million Arena, Survival Battle, we climb the rankings, yeah, deal massive damage, will soon kick off. So preliminary, semi-final and final. Certain players who clear the preliminary can attempt the semi-final at a later date. So we've got here event schedule, tournament mode. This of course has led to many jokes about it being like World Tournament 2.0, because tournament mode, got preliminary, semi-final, final. But yeah, so you can see here preliminary, then there's a calculation period. Then we have the semi-final. It says the top 100,000 players from the preliminary will receive limited keys that allow them to enter the semi-final, which can be accessed via the Portal of Memories. And then there's a calculation period, and then the final, the top 30,000 players from the semi-final will receive limited keys that allow them to enter the final, which again can be accessed via the Portal of Memories. Then there'll be a calculation period, and then there'll be announcement of the results, commendation of the top 30. So in order to get like the very final, whatever the top tier final reward is, which I imagine is probably not going to be anything too crazy. Like I would expect it to be something like a title or something like that, right? Not, you know, not like a crazy amount of stones. I mean, it could be something really good, but with it being so limited, like I would imagine a lot of players, you know, are not even going to get past the preliminary, because it's only going to be, you think of all the people that play Dokkan, only 100,000 people will get into the semi-final, and then it's basically a third of those people, or just under the top 30,000, will then go on to the final. And then out of all those people, even the people that get to the final, 30,000 people, it will then be 30 people that get the top commendation thing. Now it does say underneath as well, single player mode. So in addition, a single player mode without a ranking system will also be available. Whether you want to join the rankings or attempt the event at your own pace, enjoy Million Arena in your own way. To join the rankings, you must link your Bandai Namco ID. Obviously, they're going to mention that every time. But so there's a single player mode that is just preliminary, semi-final, final. Now, this is all the details that we have at the moment. So in terms of what the actual thing in-game you have to do is, we still don't know. Is it going to be a punching bag type thing? Is it similar to Chain Battle? Like, the only kind of hints and clues we can really get is like, climb the rankings by surviving the enemy's attack and dealing massive damage. So you are actually going to be attacked by the enemies, which is of course very different to something like the punching bag or Chain Battle. And then you also have to deal massive damage. So is this going to be a case of you have to build a team setup where you've got like a really strong slot 1 unit to make sure you survive increasingly stronger attacks at the beginning of the turn, and then you've got to combo that with characters that can hit really hard, so you're then also doing big damage, because you can have the hardest hitting unit in the world, but if you then just get killed before you attack, you're obviously not going to do huge damage. So the actual gameplay of what the event itself is going to be is still very much unknown at this point, but you are clearly going to be like a normal event, actually taking attacks as well as doing attacks. So it's going to be, I don't know, some interesting combo. I guess something like a shorter version of Festival, where it's like the stages get harder and harder, and you need to be able to survive and then do big damage. And the longer you can survive, obviously that means the more damage you can do, and potentially that is how you're able to get the higher level of rewards. Because if you die a few turns in, you stop doing damage, whereas people who survive a few turns longer than you are going to be able to do more damage, and then maybe it is the total damage overall, because that's the main tagline on the actual event like thumbnail thing, is deal massive damage and reach for the top. So I don't think it can just mean in one hit, because then everybody is going to be able to, with the right setups, get the 999 like cap. So it can't just be that. And yeah, like someone in chat saying as well, this could be the event Tau was designed for. Like, imagine if the enemy can be stunned. Because then straight away, if you have Tau, instant stun turn 1, does massive extra damage to stunned enemies. Like, it'll be very interesting to see. So obviously when we get more news about exactly how the event works, I will of course let you guys know. This is something that I'm definitely very interested in. Like, it's going to be fun to see from like a content creator perspective, like all of us that make videos, how many of us like manage to actually get through these stages, and it, like who gets to the final and then who actually gets to like the top 30, depending on the mode. Like, it's just going to be very interesting to see how this works. And I'm sure, like most other modes in the game, the more like dupes, like rainbows and link levels and stuff like that you have is probably going to be helpful. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the actual scoring and what the actual ranking setup is. So that's all we know for now. Like I say, as soon as we know any more details, I will let you guys know. And hopefully we will all be able to get some decent rankings. Hopefully get some decent rewards, even for just taking part. because like I say, with all the people that play Dokkan, only 100,000 people will get to the semi-final. So hopefully you get something, you know, at least relatively cool just for taking part. And then I would imagine that the rewards scale from there, but I guess we will have to wait and see. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you think the gameplay will be like? Is it going to be Chain Battle 2.0, punching bag style? What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ninja. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.